Klark Hunt es el dueño de los Chiefs. I want to ask you, what has allowed you to build this well-oiled machine named the Kansas City Chiefs that is always fighting for the championship?
Well, I think it's really a credit to the job that our head coach, Andy Reid, has done, and our general manager, Brett Veach. The two of them work extremely well together. This offseason, we had a lot of turnover on the roster. Brett did a fantastic job in bringing in some young players who've all been able to contribute. Obviously, having Patrick Mahomes is a key part of the equation. And hopefully we'll be able to get it done on Sunday, but it's really a credit to those two guys for the success that we've had.
When Patrick Mahomes was given that big contract, people were, oh wow, what a contract! Do you feel like it was actually, a good deal for the team? Maybe a good scam, considering all what he brings to the table?
Yeah, well, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the National Football League. I don't think anybody argues with that. More importantly, he's a great person and a great leader, which is so important in the locker room. And having him under contract for a long period of time really makes it possible to keep building the team around it and hopefully have a lot of opportunities to come to Super Bowls in the future.
Finally, your dad was the creator of the Super Bowl name for this big game that people love. How that happened? What do you remember of those days, and what do you know about that story?
Back in 1966, when the American Football League and the National Football League were merging, my dad was in a meeting with some of the other owners, and they were talking about this new championship game that they would have at the end of the season. And one of the owners asked him, are you talking about that game, or are you talking about the conference championship games? And my dad said, last game, the final game, the Super Bowl. He just threw it out there, and everybody stopped and looked at it because they had never heard it. And then they went back to their business. But the name stuck, so internally they started calling it the Super Bowl. And the commissioner actually disliked it. Pete Rozelle thought it lacked sophistication, and that's why it wasn't until Super Bowl III until they adopted the term Super Bowl. The first two games were the AFL NFL World Championship game, which is an awful name for a championship game. So it was adopted in the third Super Bowl because the fans and the media had picked up on it. When my dad was later asked, how did you come up with that? He said, well, probably a couple things. One is, I've always loved college football. I've gone to tons of bowl games. And then my wife bought our children this new toy, and they've been bouncing it all over the house. That toy was the Super Bowl. And so my siblings and I had those toys, and then we were bouncing around. And my dad just took Super, paired it with Bowl, and that's how we got Super Bowl.
Your toy gave the Super Bowl its name, your toy.
My toy. I was about 2 years old at the time, so I think I was cheering on it. I don't know.
And now the Chiefs, your Chiefs, are playing for the Super Bowl again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're so glad to be here.